we should have uh, may may this year bring a grand success to you. Okay, I am very sorry. Yesterday you couldn't take your class. You adjusted to Ravi sir. The timetable was changed. That's why it was problem. Today, let me explain the continuation to the previous topic, single area control, the analysis of single area control. And this is the single area, the closing the single area to complete block diagram, transfer function model of the block diagram. This is the generator load model. This is the turbine model. And the speed governor model. Last one. Okay, all these models are connected together to form the primary control loop. So in the primary control loop, the feedback is delta F is given to the regulation or group 1 by R, and it is fed back to your governing system kg over 1 plus s tg and turbine system. So turbine model, simple model of the turbine kT over 1 by 1 plus STT. And here this is the delta PD, the change in power demand. Demand is not constant throughout the duration. So there is a change in demand due to our requirements. Whole day 24 hours, you cannot keep the constant load on the system. Therefore, there is a variation in the load. That variation is said to be delta PD, the change in load variation. This is one input. So here, this is the secondary loop. Delta F is fed to the integral controller, and this is the reference power input, delta P reference, or commanded input delta PC. Reference power or commanded power given to the speed governing system. Given to the speed governing system. The same thing, let us follow this notation. This is Nagarajan Kothari notation. You can follow one textbook or any notation you can practice on your own, but follow only one notation. Even in the examination, if they give different notation, you have to recognize that and try to solve the problems at derivations. So here, this in this textbook, Nagaraj, this is the power system model, a generator load model, KPS over 1 plus S TPS. Here delta PD is there here, the disturbance. So feedback is delta F is given to the group regulation R, and here commanded input delta PC is the commanded input or reference power delta P reference is given here. This is the primary control loop, and delta PC minus F is the signal over here is given speed governing system. KSG is the speed governing gain and TSG is the speed governing time lag. So this is YE is a valve movement in centimeters, or sorry, mm. Already we discussed that mm. So the injected steam can be regulated with the help of valve control. Steam turbine first order model, simplest model of the turbine is KT over 1 plus S TT. KT is the gain of the turbine and TT is the time constant of the turbine or time lag of the turbine. After getting input at the turbine, it will take some time to control the power output of the generator. So that power output can be controlled after some time lag. So that is TT. So approximately 0.4, 0.5 like that. These are the time constants. And KPS is the power system gain, generator gain. And TPS is the time constant of the generator load model or power system. Typically it is KPS maybe 100, TPS maybe 20 seconds. Compared to TPS, TT and TSG both are very low. Sometimes we can neglect. Already in the last class we have seen that this is taken as 1. KSG and KT product can be taken as 1. So therefore it is simplified as 1 and G, this is H. I told you to derive the expression when delta PC, the reference power input change is 0 for the constant frequency. So delta PC or delta P reference, so set it to 0. Set it to 0. So then it will become a simple feedback. Entire thing. So this is unity anyhow, 1 by R. Like that you can get the approximate model of the single area system. It is steam turbine, so you can also use for hydro turbine. So instead of steam turbine model, you can use hydro turbine model here. In the laboratory, so in the power system laboratory, you can simulate a single area frequency control with turbine model and hydro generating plant model. So in single area systems. So one is in your regular practice experiment. The other one you can use it as a course project in the laboratory. All right. Like that, you can analyze the single area system. So this is the model. Now let us understand that you need to get the steady state model of this control system block diagram. So this is the control system block diagram, which is mentioned in Laplace domain. So all these are the transfer function models of the practical generating station. If you want to analyze the performance of the system, you need to get the transfer function model of the physical system. So that you understood in your control system course. The same thing is valid here also. This is the extension and application of that control system. Therefore, Let us recall your control system concept. So let me take one control system. So this is one control system forward transfer function model. Forward transfer function model. Here G of S is the forward transfer function model, and here let us take a second order system model or first order system, whatever. So here this is the input, and we have some output, and here you can have some summer here. The feedback is given from the summer, and here so the feedback is given here, and here this is the RFS input signal and CFS output signal, or capital R, RFS, RFS. Here CFS is the output, and here H is 1 unity, right? Feedback is H, and so feedback is H. Now in the classical system, this is negative sign. Here it is a positive sign. Okay. This is the output. Okay. Input. This is the input. Now, if you look at the figure, this is the classical control system. Feed forward transfer function G, feedback transfer function H. If you look at the response of a second order system feedback system, you have transfer function steady state response as well as transient response. And here x-axis is time constant t, y-axis is response c of t. So in general, you have, so this is the input, step input in general, you have step input, and so if you have the response, so it may be oscillating kind. So this is oscillating kind response. So this is the second order response, in fact. And so on, after some time, it will reach to, well, and it reaches to your steady state after some time. So this steady state, it may be zero error or small error, less than 2% or 5%, is in the acceptable limit. This is step input 1. So this is the classical control system response, isn't it? Okay. Whereas in power system, nominal operating frequency is 50 hertz, isn't it? Nominal operating frequency is 50 hertz. So in general, if it is 50, so this is the 50, say this is 50, let us have 50 hertz. Okay. When the load on the system changes, delta PD is negative 0.001%. 1% means 0.001, isn't it? So therefore, if you get the response, so if you get the response, so let us have, this is the response. And yeah, some step change is there. Therefore, the response may be the downward. So the response may be this kind of response. Now everybody understand from the first principles what is the response of your system. So after some time it comes to steady state with the frequency deviation. So that frequency deviation is delta f. Delta f. That small f you can use. So this is the delta f, change in frequency. On the negative side, there is a change. That means the reference frequency is 50. It may be 49.5 approximately. This is the steady state error. So this is the steady state error, delta f. Okay. So like that, the difference between the ordinary response of control system of control system responses for different physical systems compared to the power system. The power system response is somewhat different due to change in frequency. The frequency may not be more than the rated frequency. In general, we'll set the frequency at full load, rated frequency at full load for a particular generator by using speed governing system. Yesterday we discussed in the last class. We discussed that. So by changing the droop characteristic of your system, you can you can by changing the droop characteristics, you can get the rated frequency at full load or 100% load. Okay, so let us look at that. Speed changer setting, let delta PC equal to 0 or delta P reference is equal to 0. The only input is delta PD. Delta PD of S equal to delta PD by S per step input. Everybody is familiar with this, isn't it? Now delta F is the simplified transfer function, forward transfer function divided by 1 plus G into H. G by 1 plus GH for a negative feedback system. The negative sign represent it is the frequency is deviating from the reference, a reduced frequency. Let us take the negative sign. So this is the frequency, the transfer function model, simplified transfer function model of your control system representation of a power system. This is the input signal, step input. This is the output, C of S, R of S by RFS by R, and this is G by 1 plus GH. You can simplify it later. So in your free time, so use it as homework and simplify this expression. Now delta F, the output of the power system, is change in frequency against the small incremental changes in the load or demand, power demand. The final value theorem, S into delta F of S tends to 0 when delta P is equal to 0. So let it be simplified version minus KPS over 1 plus total gain of the forward loop divided by R into delta PD input. Okay. Now KT and KSG and KT. So speed governing system and turbine together, let it be approximately equal to 1. Okay. The speed governing setting can be adjusted such that you will get the KSG into KT equal to. So here in the test, the damping factor is taken as B. You can also use it as D for Delhi. Yesterday you have used it. You can use any notation. There is no problem. Where KPS is equal to 1 by B or 1 by D. Where D is equal to dou PD by dou F divided by PR. PR is the power generation capacity of the generator. So that you'll get the per unit megawatt. Per unit megawatt. So therefore, after simplification, so you'll get delta F is equal to minus or 1 by D plus 1 by R or D plus 1 by R into delta PD. So this is beta. Yesterday you have noted down AFRC, area frequency response characteristic. That is AFRC, capital letters. This is delta F. So 1 by beta is the actual value. 1 by beta into delta PD. Now 1 by beta is nothing but here by adjusting the speed changes setting such that at full load you will get the rated frequency 100%. That is rated frequency is 50 hertz. What you got here? 50 hertz. 50 hertz. 100%. That is at full load you will get the nominal frequency. We will adjust the governor settings AGCs of all individual generators or generating plants. When the load changes, decreases on the system, what happens? When the load changes, immediately there is a change in frequency. That means frequency will fall down. Frequency will fall down. So therefore, it makes some oscillations and settle down to a steady state value. That is the say F actual frequency. This is F. Here this is F naught. Initially this is F naught. Okay. Nominal frequency. This is the frequency at a particular load. If you adjust the frequency at no load equal to rated frequency 50 hertz, then but if you adjust frequency at full load equal to 50 hertz, then against the load variation frequency will rise. Frequency will rise. That is our control action. In practice, what they will do, theory is somewhat different than that of the practice. Practically, it is different. Okay, let us understand that point conceptually, right? If you adjust at full load equal to at full load when the power system is operating at full load, if you adjust the speed governors or AGCs at rated frequency, then change in load in the sense it is lower than the full load. Okay, in that case the frequency rises. Frequency rises. So that's why in a power system for a base load. So now let us understand. For a power system may be different. So the load variations may be different. Okay. So the load variations may be increasing and decreasing and so on. I'm drawing approximate curves and so on. It is increasing and decreasing like that. So x-axis is time, y-axis is demand, power demand. So in this case, at a particular base load, in the sense entire load which is present throughout the 24 hours. So let it have here, this is the base load. Let us take some more color. So here somewhere, so you can neglect this point. Here, this is the base load, right? So here also present, base load is present everywhere. Throughout the 24 hours, throughout the day is present. So if it is base load, then what you will do, this is the, so what they will do in the power system, for a base load, the system is adjusted with the help of AGCs, with the help of automatic governing control. AGCs of the generating units can be set such that at base load the frequency is f naught, nominal frequency. F naught, nominal frequency. Okay, now you can understand practically. Any deviation from this point, increase in the load, what happened? The frequency fall down. Decrease in the load, the frequency rises. In general, base load in the sense 24 hours it is present, isn't it? So, and hence for 24 hours and throughout 365 days, 365 days, the base load is present, and hence the frequency will be maintained, nominal frequency at 50 Hz with the help of AGC or speed governing setting, speed governor actions. Are you following? And hence any deviation in the speed leads to decrease in the frequency. So already I have shown the slide in the just now in the paint. It is falling down, isn't it? So this is the steady state response by adjusting the load frequency characteristic A per C. You will get, suppose if it is 60% load is the base load, then you will adjust the line like that. At 60% load, you will get the nominal frequency 50 Hz. If the load increases, it will fall down to a lower value. It will fall down. It is fall down like this. This is the dynamic response of your system. It will fall down like this. Maybe 1%, 2% like that. To allowable margin. Now practically, have you understood? Okay. Theoretically, what you will do? that is different. What you'll do at no load, you are adjusting at rated frequency. At load with load variation, the frequency fall down. That is the theoretical case. Practically, it is different. So everybody is following. Ram Naik, Ravindra, Sanjay, Tejasvi, Vamshi, Yashwant. This is very important. Actually, we need to. So you need to understand actual classroom. But unfortunately, you are not there. If you understand this point, you got the speed load frequency control main point. Or if you have any questions, please raise your questions now. So this is conceptual. So you need to understand. Otherwise, derivations, responses, everything is in the textbook. You no need to worry. So if you understand the concept, then you can study on your own, being a final year student. Okay, are you following or any questions here? So this is the base load, approximate curve. It is not a straight line, actually, it is some zigzag variation. Okay, that is very, very important point, practical point. So if you have any questions, please raise your questions. Otherwise, I hope everybody understood this. That's why frequency response is the negative side, variation from the base frequency, F naught. Panduranga, Pavan, any questions? Are you following? Sai Kumar, Sanjana, Rohan, Sagar. Have you understood my point? Okay, this is crucial and important. Any more discussions? That is also welcome. So you can also discuss with me. Okay, that's why the frequency response is in the negative side. So negative side. This is the base frequency. Actually, it is not 0. 50 Hz. The deviation delta F in the sense deviation from the nominal F naught minus F is 0. That you need to understand. Delta F, delta PD, delta P, delta PC or delta P reference. All these are the incremental changes in the parameters from the base parameters. Okay. So this is the delta F variation A for C equal to 1 by beta. 1 by beta, right? So that 1 by beta is plotted like this. This is the steady state response of your frequency characteristic or speed governing system. It is also important. Like that, you can adjust the droop. Droop is 1 by R. R can be adjusted. You have beta D or B is the damping factor, which may be constant. And hence 1 by R is the regulation or droop. This is important. You can adjust this. Actual R adjustment is possible with the speed governing system, such that this line can be adjusted. This is the steady state response of single area system. Today I will stop here and I will take the attendance. So tomorrow or Monday and Tuesday, I am adjusting to the Ravi sir. I have urgent work. Again, next class, Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Wednesday we don't have class. Thursday, we will continue the same from here. So in this unit, you need to understand concept very well, and you need to perform the you need to solve the problems related to this A for C, speed governing system, etc. Anyhow, we will solve the problems in the class. After completing the single area system, we'll go for tie line modeling and then two area system and two area system responses, etc. Anyhow, fourth unit is a big unit as well as very important among all. First unit and fourth unit are very important. If you cover these two units properly, you can score 80%. Okay, today I will stop here. I hope everybody understood. If you have any questions, in the next class also we will discuss the points related to this. Okay. So roll number 16 series 11. 16 series 11. 16 series 206. So regular 17 series 1, roll number 1. Roll number 1, Pooja. 2, Sai Krishna.
2 present, sir.
Okay. 3, Narsimha. Anirudh. Roll number 3. Roll number 4.
Present, sir.
Panduranga.
Present, sir.
Right. 5, Vamsi.
5 present, sir.
6, Jayant Chaudhary. Jayant. 7, Sonali Bindre.
Present, sir. 7.
Okay, right. 8, Sai Kumar.
Present, sir.
9, Lahari. 11, Neha.
11 present, sir.
Okay. 12, Tejasvi.
12
12.
present, sir. Present, sir.
Okay. 13, Shashank. Okay.
Present, sir.
13,
Present, sir.
14,
14
Ravi
present,
Nayak.
sir.
15,
Present, sir.
Satvika. Okay. Okay. 15, Satvika. 16, Vamsi.
Present, sir.
16, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 17, Sumant. Sumant, 17. 18,
Present, sir.
19, Ludvi. 20, Priyanka. 21, Akash.
Present, sir.
21, Akash.
Present, sir.